Hi, walking and talking again. So what I was thinking of talking about is this lack of intimacy that a lot of us have grown up with or without that we didn't get from multiple sources like mom and dad, brothers and sisters, cousins, and just close family friends. And so my theory, just based on my own story as well as a lot of my coachees, it seems like a common thread that when this foundation is lacking of close friendships and intimacy in the family, then we are tempted to, when we go through puberty and start dating, we discover intimacy romantically and sexually, and it's like, oh my God, I needed this. Where's this been all my life? And it's just sort of an assumption that that's where we're meant to get it from, or just that's the only way it's been fulfilled is through relationship with the opposite sex. It was like a hole in your heart that's like not completely filled, obviously, but like, when people have like attachment issues or trauma and they start with like a really low baseline, like depression, and they take drugs, for example, they feel closer to normal. And that's why it's like addictive. Like a normal person who takes drugs, it's just like, okay, it's a high, but I kind of like the way normal feels, whereas a depressed person has so much pain in their normal state that the drugs just bring them up to feeling human almost. So I hope that makes sense, that I'm sort of comparing the lack of intimacy and attachment. And, and some people do become sex addicts or just relationship addicts or love addicts. But more often than not, I think it's just a dysfunctional pattern to latch on to someone prematurely, or it's the wrong person. Or even if it's a wonderful person and the relationship has really great potential, if you're seeking all your validation and intimacy from that one person, that's going to put way too much pressure on the relationship. And that's just never good. Then your relationship's under stress. You've got a lot of negative energy, like what I was talking about yesterday or 2 days ago. So that's why I say that if you feel like you need to be dating, that you need to have a boyfriend, and that validation is like super important, that you may just need intimacy and validation in general. And that's sort of kind of related to another theme that I've been noticing lately, is sort of how women are such like integrated, connected beings that when one area of our life is off balance, it affects all areas of our lives, whereas men are much more compartmentalized, and they're able to keep sort of their work issues separate from their home life, family separate, their parents or whatever. I'm not sure if that's a great example, because I'm sure we can think of men that don't do so well with that, but they are better with it than women in general. That we just feel like so it's hard to distinguish. There might be a lot of more spillover where we think that one area is lacking when it's really in fact something else. So what I'm saying is if you If you feel like you are needing to be in a relationship, it's possible that you need to be in more relationships with women in particular. And there may be other areas that could be super helpful, like hobbies and just fulfilling work, or children, or exercise and self-care. Those things can all help as well. But just as far as relationships go, I just wanted to bring attention to the possibility that a lot of us really need intimacy in multiple areas of our lives, not just a romantic relationship. So I hope that helps, and I'd love to hear any questions or comments you have on that. Like and subscribe and share the video, and come join us on Facebook in my group Limitless Ladies, and I'd love to meet with you for a free discovery session if this sounds like something that could be helpful to you. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.